you find me, or what led you to reach out to me today?
So I actually have been tuning into Cyrus's journey
Yeah.
and looking at the interviews that he was doing, and I came across yours, and I seen
Okay.
that you actually did the program at Careers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, some of the things that you talked about, me and my classmates were also having difficulties with. I don't know, it was honestly just like the information that was given to us through Curious and like the journey of trying to break into the tech industry. So I just wanted to learn more about your journey as a whole and then just some ways that you were able to market yourself to help yourself get into the industry.
Yeah. I'll say this: I was very fortunate
Hmm.
because, like I said, I was just selling a bunch of stuff. I feel like I can sell anything if it's good. Good. Give me a good
Hmm.
product, I'll sell it. Right.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I wasn't doing tech sales. I started with door to door, so I was doing door to door sales, and I started selling Cutco and started selling like all sorts of stuff. And then I had a friend who was in Charlotte. So first off, if you're in a big metro or you have big metro companies, big cities, that's where you'll find a lot of big tech companies. If you want to be in
Hmm.
a big one, if you want to be in
Hmm.
like a, there are tech companies like Seamless AI. Seamless AI is a pretty big company, and they do have, I believe, a physical office location, but they also have a lot of remote work. So it depends on what
Okay.
you're trying to do. If you're going to remote or go into, you want to work in a physical building. I like going into a job more than remote, but I don't mind remote either. But anyway, so going back, I had a friend in Charlotte that was working at the time called Yodel, which is
Hmm.
now got bought out by Web.com. And then
Hmm.
I think Web.com, I'm not sure if they're even around anymore or not. But so she referred me. Like I was like, I saw that how her job was going and it was cool. It was phone sales, so it was inside versus being outside.
Hmm.
You went door to door. It was tech sales. It was like literally cold calling. It
Yeah.
was yeah, BDR work. So it was just cold calling, grinding. I would do 200 when I first started. It was like 220, $250 a day, just like. But yeah, so that was how I got in. And I advise anybody if they've got a friend in it already, that's like the best way to get in is be like, hey, does your job have any openings? Or if has no family member, no church member, no anybody that is in the
Hmm.
company get know if you know somebody on the inside, that's your best way to get in every time. Because most companies like that will have a bonus for getting somebody hired. It's not everybody
Ah,
wants to do tech sales, and so it's a
right.
hard job. So if they know somebody that's actually willing to try and can be up snuff, they'll usually get them. So at web.com, we would get like three, usually $200 at first, and if they lasted for 6 months, we'd get like another $300. So it's like $500 in total for getting
Hmm.
someone hired there. And the longer they stayed, plus even recruiters get paid on top of that. So it's easier. I should say easier because there's a lot of noise. So it's about standing out
Yes.
it's about
Yes.
standing amongst the noise, and AI is going to be the first thing that processes anything you submit, pretty much. So,
Hmm.
knowing how to put keywords, like I'm not sure if I don't remember his name off the top of my head. It was started with a J. It was Jorge Javier. He's in Mexico. There's one of the career coaches in Mexico. He's the
Hmm.
best at helping you set up your resume. If you're still in the program, I should go on LinkedIn right now actually and look his name up because
Yeah, I'll be sure to jot his name and information down so I can connect with him on LinkedIn.
yeah, no, he's the goat. He's the one that set up my resume and helped me optimize my LinkedIn. Taught me everything that I know I'm doing now.
And actually, speaking of utilizing your network, so I've actually been connecting with people at Salesforce, Zoom, HubSpot, and I have a meeting with someone on Thursday
Hmm.
to just talk about any opportunities they have at Salesforce. So I'm really excited about that. But I have seen more, I guess, like more momentum with sending out messages to people like, hey, let's have a virtual coffee and just discuss like how I, did with you. But a lot more people are willing to help. Like you just have to put yourself out there. But the thing that I am trying to wrap my head around is
Yeah.
making sure that I stand out above the people who have 5, 10 years in sales engineering, and I'm just someone who did a program and I'm trying to market myself as I am a person who was willing to go above and beyond to complete the job. So,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
just something that I've been trying to do.
I would say this: we with the sales engineering program, you saw on a day-to-day basis what they. Do you
Hmm.
know what type of sales engineer you want to be, or is that exactly what you want to do? Is sales engineering? Because, like you said, I'm an anomaly. I didn't work in sales engineering. I pretty much went straight back into SDR, BDR stuff, that
Hmm.
kind of tech way. But I used the skills that they gave me. I'm sorry, I'm really not able to see his name. It's been so long since we've talked on
No,
LinkedIn
it's okay.
that I thought I'd be able to see it sooner, and I just can't remember it. But yeah, if I find it later, I'll send it to you in a message. Yeah, essentially, I would say you being able to do the job. So if you know that it's a depending on what company you're going to work for, they're going to
Hmm.
some companies are going to want your sales engineers to know some coding to some extent, whether
Right.
it's because you have to access data, and the easiest way to access data and parse data is using Python. So just using
Hmm.
scripts and knowing how to do that. But you can do the same thing with AI. You can get AI to do the same thing that you can with Python now, because all AI is just a bunch of scripts layered on top of each other. Yeah, as long as you if you know how to do that, like you use Python and learn these things, and on you, like you can take more courses, like courses that also have certifications at the end of it, like on Udemy or Skillshare or certain things like that. Like doing that and showing that you actually have the skills that's required to do the job is also good, not just saying you can do it and having verifications or having people recommend. But yeah, I would say that's the thing. And if you can, choose companies close to you and go
Hmm.
drive there in person and go talk to people, like actually go physically to the place
Yeah.
and meet the people, right? But it just depends on what you want to do. You have to, a lot of people, I think a lot of people just see money. They're just like, oh, look, the job description, the job says it pays this much. It's, yeah, but
Hmm.
that much money requires this much skills.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't just give people this much money if they don't have any skills. So,
Hmm.
'cause at the end of the day, it's what are you bringing back to the company? If they're giving you $100,000, you're in their mind, you're going to be making them $1 million+ a year. So,
Hmm.
what are you going to be bringing to the table? Yeah, so it's just that, just being, having the qualifications and actually knowing how to do the job. But like I said, there's so many different types of sales engineering jobs that you could go into something that's mechanical based, like industrial based, or you go
Hmm.
into something that's just like a server space, where they're just
Hmm.
yeah, where you're just selling server space, or you're selling server systems and data storage. Because a lot of
Hmm.
companies like ours, we what do we do with our data? We have a lot. We used to have our own servers at our company, but now we put stuff on the cloud. Yeah, we use Shopify too. So I guess Shopify does
Hmm.
handle a lot of stuff for us. So it's got its own nice way of handling. It's an e-com system. It's an e-com system, so we don't have to do too much. And all the credit cards, we don't have to deal with any credit card information. So it's easier. But a lot of companies will have to do that. They'll have to store their data somewhere. Because they'll just have so much stuff coming to them all the time. Yeah, it just depends on what field you want to get into or what you're
Hmm.
passionate about. What you already know, what your strengths are. Like, what did you do before you went into the program? What was your background?
Right. So actually, right now I'm stationed in Alaska. I'm currently in the army. I'm actually getting out right now. I'm transitioning out of the army. Yes. I'm relocating to Houston, Texas, and I plan
Okay,
on going to a tech event that is there. I think it's
excellent.
called, yes, yes. I think, wait, what did you say?
I said excellent.
Yes. I know Texas is a great hub for
Correct.
sales engineers, for tech in general, for tech anything, honestly. And Austin has become like tech central within the last couple of years. So I'm excited to like really get in rooms and like market myself, network with people.
Hmm.
Um, you did say that it was a great thing to go ahead and get face to face with people, that is something that I intend on
Well,
doing.
see, dude, look, if you people just email or even call or just social
Mhm.
media, but when you show up, you're there already. It's
Yep.
the real deal. It's the real thing. You have
Right.
a real conversation with someone. You actually make a memory that won't just be like all the other emails and texts and all the other stuff. They're all
Exactly.
physically there, and if they're
Mhm.
there at tech events, a lot. See, there's the thing. There is there, even though we say that the industry is like saturated, if you would, there's like a lot of people trying. It seems that way. It appears that way, but in reality, it's not. In
Mhm.
reality, it's not like that at all. In reality, salespeople are very valuable. I should say, good salespeople. They're
Right.
people, yeah, there are people who think they're salespeople, but and the best thing about sales is it's if you like to talk to people, if you like people, if you like helping people,
Mhm.
and that's really if you're into that, then yeah, it's the best field to be in. So you're if this one, I'll give you this, Yasmin.
Mhm.
If you as soon as you go to Texas and you go to this event, you're gonna get scooped up. Promise. If that's
Yeah.
if that's your desire, if that's really what you want, is to
Mhm.
go work and find a thing, and you go there looking for that. Bring your resume with
Mhm.
you. Bring not just bring your resume, bring a bunch of them. Bring a folder with like 100 of your resumes. You know,
Mhm.
but dress good. You know what I mean? Just you're gonna get scooped up. Promise. It's not hard.
Perfect. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you so much. Because I was like, oh, I'm really about to like take a chance and just go out there. And because I feel like, okay, cool. First of all, people like you who take the chance to connect and want to help, great, so grateful for people like that. And as someone who's starting out in the industry, and I don't really know too much about like how to connect with people because again, I've been in the military for going on 6 years. So I'm
Wow.
not really, yeah, I'm not really good at like, I guess trying to set myself apart. But honestly, once I get in front of someone and I'm having a conversation, that's it. Like I can navigate a great conversation with someone and listen and understand like what exactly it is that you're telling me, which is
Right.
why I wanted to be a sales engineer. I love meeting new people and building those relationships. So I'm
Right.
excited. I really am.
Yeah. Because here's the thing: if you not, especially, just be humble and be willing to take like you're most likely get like a junior level engineering job if you
Right.
were, or they might be willing to do something where they'll start you out on a track and then in 1 year turn you into a sales engineer after you fully understand how this is because no matter where you work anyway your first 90 days is they understand it's just free money like for you because
Mhm. Mhm.
you're useless. You can't do anything in 90 days. You can start doing some things, but for the most part, you're just learning either the software, learning the history, learning the company culture, learning this, and
Mhm.
they're also getting a feel for you before you even start ramping up and doing stuff. But in the meanwhile, until the time comes for you to actually be at these events, like I say, I live on YouTube University. I sorry, my cat is walking around. Probably should just
No,
lock.
it's okay.
I don't want her to. I have this light, and I don't want her to anyway, so yeah, you can go on YouTube or go on these places and learn these other skill sets that will make you valuable because you can actually do stuff. So coding, you might say, I'm learning a little bit of Python. I'm starting to dabble in Python. Say if you don't know it yet, tell the truth, don't lie. But just if that's
Mhm.
something you're trying to do, just let them know. Yeah, you're going down that route. You see the value in learning how to do that because essentially all scripting is getting the computer to work for you a little more than us having to click and type. It'll just
Right.
start. Yeah.
And
Do you,
actually, careers they offered a Python course actually, so I'm definitely gonna start that as well.
was it free or you have to pay for it?
No, it was free. It came with the course. Like when I paid for the course, it came with it.
So this is interesting. So I told that to Cyrus, and
Mhm.
Cyrus was blown away. You saw in the conversation, he was like, "Whoa, I never heard of that before." That's
Uh-huh.
so I don't know if I was the first one they rolled that out or test that out with or not, but none of my classmates got it. I was the only one that I
Really?
yeah, I know I was the only one that I know of in my I didn't really ask everybody. But when
Mhm.
it came up, no one else said that they got a Python course. And yeah, and plus, Careerist has actually been so good to me. They've interviewed me twice. They did a blog article about me. Like,
Mhm.
Career risk has been awesome.
Yeah.
There's Anna Miraz is the head or the director of content, I think, over there.
Mhm.
So yeah, we've gotten close links. I wanted to work for Careerists so bad in their sales department. Seriously, I wanted to work there. I tried so hard to get hired and to get pulled on the team, but you know what? They lost.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, and it seems like your journey has been great to you.
Oh yeah, exactly. Every place I've gone, I've just gotten more skills from what I learned from the place before. The first one that was like product development, and author advising, which is pretty much just like inbound closing. And the next one was like
Mhm.
sales and marketing, which that one was where I really got to practice scripting and getting better at Python and really JavaScript. I was doing a lot of JavaScript stuff, but it was mostly like web development, like front end on
Mhm.
websites and stuff like that. But yeah, it's never too late to learn. And like I said, you're already on the right path if you are considering networking and learning, meeting with people, learning, like getting advice from others that are already ahead or doing the things you want to do, and then going to events, actually showing up. Plus, there is an app called Meetup. Let me look at it. It's called Meetup. Yeah, there's Meetup. I actually have an organizer one. I
Mhm.
think I'm still paying for that. I don't know if I'm paying for that or not. I need to check. It's $28 a month or something for you to actually organize your own meetups.
Oh,
Um,
that's pretty cool.
but it's free. But it's free
Mhm.
otherwise. So like say if there are people who are in different cities that host these groups, these various groups that are based on interests. So if you wanted to,
Mhm.
if there was an A group, you could start a meetup group that was a tech based group and literally have your
Mhm.
own group in a city where people would come. Yeah, Meetup is a powerful app. It's a super powerful app that I think is underutilized. I haven't heard really much people talking about it. That's why
Mhm.
I got one here. I was hoping to do something and actually invite people because we on this property there's 1,200 acres of land. There's a whole bunch of houses, buildings, and different stuff. So I was like, we should
Mhm.
have some events and invite people to stuff because
Yeah.
we already have the store and where we sell stuff like our physical store, but we most of the stuff we sell we ship. It's not just people
Okay.
buy here because the town here is really tiny. It's like it's not even on the map. It's like an in between.
Did you relocate to where your job is?
Yeah, I moved.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's another thing too. If people, bro, he's paying me. I was like, I just I told him send me an offer. He sent me a good job offer. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll go in the cold for some. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? I'm inside now. I'm wearing my jacket. I really don't need to, but it's not that cold
Mhm.
if you're in the north. Yeah, it makes sense to me. But I'm also single, don't have any kids, so it's easy for me to move. I do have
Yeah.
one child, my cat, but she's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was wanting to work more remote. I know that working remote has become a lot more popular nowadays because people love the work-life balance, but that's something that I want to do because now I drive into work every single day. Now, it's not terrible, but I want to see what the other side is. Oh, okay, like maybe I would have more work-life balance when I'm working at home. So that is something that is important to me, but mostly just looking for stuff in Texas if possible. I know that some places even are like a hybrid, so I can get like, oh, I go into work some days and then I stay at home some days. I would even be open to that as well. I feel like that's a great balance too.
So here are some things that I do when I
Mhm.
in my recent job interviews. I ask them, "How much are you spending in advertising? Like how much like that's because in my field, I want to know how much are you spending to get more clients? What's your ad spend look like? What's your
Mhm.
if they don't know that, depending on what job it is and where you're going, if they don't know that information, then it is what it is. But like the last one, they were spending like about $2,000, $3,000 a month on Facebook. This one, we're
Mhm.
spending 25,000 dollars a month on Google. I'm like, okay, I
Mhm.
know you're serious about your business when you're spending money on advertising. That I don't know. I'll work for a company that's willing to
Mhm.
spend money on advertising. What are you guys doing to
Mhm.
actually for yourself outside of me just cold calling? Because if
Right.
I can help grow the business, but what are you doing to help me make my job easier?
Yeah,
So
that's important.
yeah, because honestly, you don't just want to. I've been fortunate to work at some decent companies, but I've also worked for a lot of startups, and it's easier to go for smaller companies or startups. But the way that if you want to be, it depends on what experience you're looking for. Seeing a startup grow and growing with a startup can be rewarding because you get to be one of the first employees and you get to see the whole thing change. But what happens oftentimes is that when startups do grow and they really guys start taking off, and the people who've helped a lot to help things grow, who they don't get the best contracts. Like if you're not part owner, you're not written into that, then you're not getting any dividends, you're not getting any payouts, and then you can be replaced by senior employees or higher level people if they come in later. So I
Mhm.
always think it's better to go with like bigger. Again, depending on what you want as an individual. I can't tell anybody. There's no one size fits all. But
Mhm.
go with a company that's not just starting up. It has a little bit of a track record, that has customer base, that actually has market fit. That they aren't there.
Mhm.
It's not just an idea with a bunch of money that is that's trying to, because there's so many. There's It blows my mind. It's every second there's 1,000 businesses coming out. Like there's
Yeah,
always
especially within the last couple of years, there have been so many businesses that have come out.
dude, dude. They're like, have you heard of this app? Have you heard of in our company? We're paying we're paying thousands of dollars for this software, that software, this app, that app, this app. It's dude, can we just stop? But yeah, it's very interesting. So it just depends on how you want to do it. Do you want to work in a company that's fully 100% remote, that just hires everybody, that people is in all over the world? Do you want to work in one
Mhm.
that, like it says, where people drive into the office and everybody's there together, and you get to really have a culture, a community, people around you, have family
Mhm.
outside of your family? Because especially in
Mhm.
sales jobs are hard, and so most sales leaders, if you're a good sales leader, you make the
Mhm.
sales job fun because it's already a hard
Right.
job. And so you
Yeah.
want to do things together, team building activities and stuff like that. So I love working in sales. The two most valuable things that you can learn is sales and marketing. So if you're this is the way you're gonna go, then just do research, YouTube, read books. All the knowledge you ever want to know is already written down inside of a book somewhere.
Oh, that's a good quote.
I don't know
That's a
if it's
really good quote.
I don't know if it's a quote or not, but you can write it down.
Okay.
It's true. But
Yeah, I speaking of YouTube, I actually have been following what is his name? Jeff Sue to optimize my LinkedIn, to optimize my resume, to help me out with virtual coffee sessions and virtual meetings with people, the right questions to ask to help me propel forward and just different tips and tricks that I can use.
I can already tell you're gonna crush it because all you need is the company to give you the training to sell whatever it is, and you're gonna crush it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's yeah. Once you get to Houston, you go to that event, you're gonna get scooped up. I promise. I'm literally calling it. I want you when it happens. After it happens, come back and send me a message and be like, "You were right, Isaac. You were 100% right. It was
Oh, I definitely will.
I was scared. I thought it was gonna be hard. It was so easy. I'm making so much money."
Yes, I hope so. I really hope so. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Again, I'm really just excited to, okay, what can I learn? I really just want to be a sponge. I want to soak up all the knowledge they have. Okay, hey, yeah, we want you to learn this. We want you to learn this. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here to do. Any way you need me to help you out, that's what I want to do. I'm excited.
You're gonna do fine. I'm gonna get on with my evening, but it was a pleasure
Okay.
chatting with you. It was a pleasure chatting with you, and I hope that you have a good rest of the weekend. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you.